Then start calling able to calm him that was selected for songs in the yellow background. You could do this by setting the controller variable that use the controller variables that is used to conditionally set CSS class to the appropriate table heading to highlight. This was one of the errors that I got on mine.
Where did you start? All right, so let's go through it real quick. You wanna?
Is this already in defined in the default CSS file?
No. Per the instructions, we have to put this in the CSS file. So we're just gonna copy and paste this in the default CSS.
Okay.
Right, but it's saying on the movie display, make a column heading, make the column headings for movie and title release date. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll start. I'll start the. I'll start the programming on this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and. So you want to link to our movies.
Mr. L.
Yep, I got it. Movie. Title. Here we go. I'm just checking the routes to see what routes we have available, so I can send this. Okay, so we have movies path. Okay, that's the link for movies title, and we have to do release date as well, right?
Yes.
So we have. Dun, 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 dun. So. Okay. Um.
Now on that link, that's where you got to send your key for your sort. You got to put in parentheses on that link your key for a sort or however variable, whatever variable you use.
Mm-hmm. Start the server real quick. Oh, wrong. Wrong. SP port
Space between
S
the P.
SB IP.
I think you need a space between P and $ port.
So she
Oh, it
came up.
worked.
Okay. So we have our links that are following our RESTful path. We have our following our index path. I have to put keys on this, correct?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so they're both following the movie path. Okay, so
You got a space between movie path. You need to take that out.
we sort by okay, save. So now if I go back to our code and do a refresh,
Wow. That's linked to movie. Sort by title. Didn't like that.
interesting.
That looked right to me.
Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna get through it. Release there. second. That's weird. All right, so
Now, one of the things I think I don't know how, but the table, the field name is not a symbol. It's as title, and I think that might need to be in quotes.
well, I think you think so. We're passing a symbol. We've created a. She's supposed to show the symbol though. That's what I don't understand. So it's so even though we can't, it's not tied to the controller yet, which I will do that here shortly. It's still supposed to use the RESTful path and show us
Well,
this as an ID.
but let's see what you got in your movie controller. In your movie controller file.
So index controller's all screwed up. All right, so let's go there. All right, at movies equal movie all. At movies equal movie class all.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
so
Movie. You got. Oh yeah, that's not it. Let me see. Uh, that looked right. The only thing I did differently is I had, instead of passing the symbol, I passed the string title.
Did I say anything, son?
okay, so error's still the same. Do I have to stop and no? I don't have
No,
to stop. I don't have to stop and start the server, else we wouldn't have got an error. Okay, so maybe we'll get an error because now we need to define the symbol. Is that what's going
oh
on here?
yeah, that's got to be defined in the sort by. That's not defined in index.
Movie list and begin with no sort order should match behavior soon. Title important. Sorting title. HTML element title header and the link sorting HTML element ID. Release the header table containing list short. You want to switch off now? Let's switch off for the next 15 minutes. I'll restart the clock here. and see what happens.
Okay. All right. So so this is what I thought. Well, we gotta define the sort by, right?
Correct.
An index. So so that's gonna be so let me see what you looking at my screen?
No, I'm looking at you're on
My
my editor, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I see everything you're doing. I see it in the I'm looking in the YouTube in the broadcast, so making sure that we have it recorded.
Okay, good. I just wanted to I trying to switch back and I didn't want that to show up on there to see just how I did it. Right. I don't think I even did that in sort. Oh, I guess in that part you had to do it.
Right. So we did it in the view. Now we need to call it in the controller.
So
I
you
mean,
do
normally we would have did it the other way first. We would have defined it in the controller in our index method, and then we would have done it. We would have called it in the view. But to how our instructions read, that's why I did it that way.
grams rating. I think that's how I did it. Sub Bible.
No, we're not looking for the ratings though. We need to find the movie title and the release date. We need to sort the movie title and the release date. So I agree with I agree with the syntax you put. Just
Ram is
the
title.
symbol that you're calling is the one we just created, the sort by symbol. So params, I'm thinking sort by equals params sort by.
Now it's coming back.
And
Now,
instead of
now,
the
now you do
instead of the parentheses, you need boxes. You need square brackets.
hash.
Correct.
Now we got to actually make it sort. So that's what's going to be uh, the add movies equal to movie. Dot
This is where we could pass that Active Directory method in order.
order sort by. I think that's right.
Save it, now run it and see what happens.
Okay, run it.
Still coming up with an error. It doesn't like our
That line.
that line on line 7 for whatever reason.
Let me go back since I drive it. You
It
say
says unexpected. Right, which is fine. We know we have an undefined method.
you change you change it. Uh, I still said, let's try this.
No, go ahead, go ahead. You're driving. I'm whatever.
I'm that look, I like that.
You know what?
That don't supposed to make a difference. Now refresh
It
it.
might actually make a difference. Change. While we're at it, you might as well change release date as well. I'll refresh the page, see what happens.
Okay,
Save. Going for the refresh right now.
they'll blow up.
Unexpected string and let's see what we got here.
It's still for some reason it don't like that line. Something going on with that line, but that line look correct to me. Oh,
Okay.
I think. Let me look back at it. Uh that look right. Link to movie title, comma, movie sort by title. Now, the other thing I notice about Hamill is that if your indentation ain't right or some white space in there, then it blows up also.
Okay.
So let me just do this just for the sake of okay. Okay, now you don't have I guess it don't execute that. It just say rating, but you don't have the equals there. That's right.
Right. I'm only linking to the movie title and the release date.
No, I know that, and that's another thing that refresh now. See
That
what
that might be it. Ha 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 ha. There. Now we have our. There we go. Now we have our.
starting action.
Actually, we're actually sorting. We're sorting on both, and we have our restful path in our URL. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So, what is our next order of business? Um, Important for grading purposes. The link that is the A tag for sorting titles should have the ID element, ID header, title header, and the link that's sorting.
Uh, that's the one you
ID.
put in the default CSS
No, this we just put these header links. We just
or the
put
top IDs.
right.
So that's
We
index.
put those at the end of the link to that you just corrected. So at the
Right.
end of the title, you'd put a comma, uh,
ID equal.
ID, ID space, title header.
Okay. Okay. Comma. Okay. That's okay. Form tag. Okay, we're doing head. What's the head? What's the head one?
Um, see right now. Title header.
comma, ID. Let's go to the hash value in like that.
Um, Actually, maybe a little simpler than that. Just do on the movies title link after the closing parenthesis.
Right.
Put your comma there, or just copy your comma, your ID. Yep, to the end of that line.
And what's this title, right?
And it's just title header, but I don't think we have to put it in parentheses. And I don't.
No,
It,
that's I got it on the wrong line.
right, you had it on the wrong line before, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, and I think you can.
I just delete that. And then same thing for this.
For release date, right?
Okay.
You missed the colon on in front of the ID.
Normally we'll change its color when it recognizes it as a link, as a symbol.
Symbol, okay.
Okay, let's go to, and now it's one for the header too, right?
No, those are the two we needed. That was it. You can delete that comma.
Okay. Well, save it. Let me save it and then refresh and then let's do view source.
So here goes our refresh coming in. This is back to our main page. Okay, we're doing our sorting. Okay, our sorting
Now,
is looking good.
now you gotta go to. You can go to what browser? I don't see your browser heading, but
I
you,
have Chrome open, but I have Firefox as well.
well, let's go to this one. You can go to Chrome and up at the top. What is it?
Tools,
Yeah,
developer tools.
preference or something like yeah, where you can actually see the source.
Uh, Tools view source.
Okay, that's it. Now we come down. That's right. It's there. ID equal title header. ID equal to release date.
Release
Okay.
date.
All
Okay.
right. So that's done.
Nice. Okay, so the next part of our problem is, let me close this out, is,
You can drive now.
okay, let me reset the clock here. Okay, so next part of our problem is, oh, we have to get our movie portion highlighted. Resource station will help us generate correct URI. Page may find help know that if you pass this helper method hash of additional parameters, those parameters will be parsed by Rails and available in the params hash. Database are pretty good at returning collections of rows and active record order for coding views, submission. Okay, so to here. copy this and put this in our.
Default CSS file.
Set sheets.
Assets, I think, is under assets.
Yep. Style sheets.
Apps right on, yeah, apps assets, yeah.
There we go. Okay. So
Now you got to pass that.
to the yeah. All right, so what I need to do here is
But it's not, it's got to be on those two links.
yeah. So
You put that before the equal sign.
yeah, before the equal sign. So what I did was I went right before the T, right after the H, and hit enter to create a space and put it right before the equal sign. Highlight. If y equals,
Cool.
see if that works for us.
Think you got to pull your your link to op because it's going away.
Going away, yeah. All right. It doesn't highlight it anyway, so I gotta fix that as well.
You put
I
that
need
on.
an instance. Okay, I know what to do.
You wouldn't just have to pull that equal up to the same line,
You're saying pull it up to this line here?
right? Because
No, I think what I did was here. Let me see something. I like the error. I like the error reporting in Ruby. I mean in Rails. Okay, so got the color to work. I just gotta fix the The location.
But that only supposed to come up when you click.
Yeah, it's in. I'm on that state right now. Release date it sorts, and if we click movie title, it sorts. But movie title's out of whack. I just got to fix that.
Yeah, that's the look. That's the part I said looked like it need to be on the same line.
It should. Oh, let me see something here. Let's trying something out real quick. There we go.
Okay, let me see what you
Reduce
did.
spacing. So I did two things. So let me just undo real quick. Hamill is very specific about how we have our stuff laid out. So I realized it was potentially a Hamill problem. Well, the first thing I did was I pulled the link. I might not even have to do that. Let me just try something. Let me just hit tab here and see what happens. Control save. So the TH wasn't supposed to be in the link 2 is not supposed to be in line with the heading.
Yeah, because that's that when you tab it over, that means that's within that block.
And that was the issue. So that just by doing that tab over is what cleaned it up. And now our app is highlighting as well. So let me just do that for the release date.
Cool.
See, I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to type it out. The more we type it, the more it becomes muscle memory. Class. Highlight. If.
That's one of the errors that I was getting on mine. So I'm gonna just copy this line.
Yeah. And then if you go back to our app, clear it completely out, you hit refresh, comes up. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay, our highlights work now.
Good.
Okie dokie. So saved. We have those saved. Pending. Our next challenge is to. Oh, where am I? There I go. It'll look something like this. We state header. Current on potatoes using order. All right, part 2. Hands rotten potatoes as follows. At the top of all movie listings, add some checkboxes that allow the users to filter the list to show only movies with a certain MPA rating. All movies using refresh. When the refresh button is pressed, list of movies is redisplayed showing. When those movies' ratings are checked, simply generated information now. We have to a bit of work to use the above code as you see it. Expected variable, all ratings to be in renewable, collection of all possible values. Set up each variable. Okay. Let's close in our Hamel file. As you can see, it expects the variable all ratings to be an enumerable collection of all possible variables of movies such as G, P, G. The controller method needs to set this variable. Since possible variables of movie ratings are responsibility of the movie. Model is specific the controller sets this variable. So hence you should create a class that returns the appropriate value of this collection. So based on our question, all right. Wants us to define our all ratings method in our movie model. There we are.
This was a little tricky for me too. My initial problem was I wasn't getting access to that method when I get back in the controller view.
Oh, okay. I think to do that, we got to do.
Got it. That's it.
Okay.
That was the key.
Okay. But now we have to call movie. What does she want us to do? This box says use a check how to restrict the database clearly on that result. And
Movie select.
movie select, okay. The method we're gonna go with.
Okay, movie select. Then I had dot. Yeah, right.
Okay. Seems like it's your time to program now. Right. I'm gonna hand it back to you. Let me set this clock.
Okay.
We should be able to run. Let me save this. See what we have so far as if anything works and what we got. Oh, I put ratings. I might have to put rating. I think I just now
I got it.
put okay.
Okay, let's see. Let me get back to
Controller.
or where you think the problem right?
No, it was on the. It was on the. It was on the. It was right here. Movie
That's,
rating. Want to select the movie ratings. Oh, but now we need to.
okay, that's in. I gotta pull that tab up. That's in models. I, okay, this is it here. This is how I did it. You can do dot map and then uh okay.
It has error in here. I don't know.
Hmm?
Added.
Oh no, that don't supposed to be there. That's supposed to be this something.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
So you want me to?
I want you to refresh and run. Now, let me just check. That's
Oh, we need to. We didn't
the
define anything
call.
on the controller. Yep.
Yeah, we need to call it in the controller. Okay.
Okay, so I'm on the
So
controller now.
movies start all ratings equal. Okay. And the controller is a line above an index, right? It can be in the index method. I think I
Yeah,
had
put it in. I think you put it in index because part of the. It's part of the index restful route.
right. So it was all ratings equal movie dot ratings. That's what it is. At all ratings equal movie dot ratings. That's right, right? That's our method was ratings, not
I
ratings.
know. Our method that we defined on the movie controller was all ratings.
Huh? Oh,
All ratings.
okay. So that should be it.
All right. Saved it. Heading back over to the. Okay, so it's having an issue on our controller.
I don't like that.
It's on the index, but yeah, I don't like the map. So
Active attribute error moving controller index. I don't like. Let me look at that statement again. Because it's movie select. Uh, movie select. Movie dot select. I think I see what the problem is with movie dot select dot rating parentheses. Oh, ratings got an S on the end, and now that should have been just rating.
oh, okay.
Now I'll go back and refresh it.
Go back up. So
Because at this point we don't have the
checkbox is working, but we have our ratings iterating through our app, and our sort still works.
yeah, and the highlighting working perfect.
So What is our next challenge here? Trying the appropriate value for this collection. You also need to your code that figures out how which box you use to check and how to restrict database queries based on that result. Reviewing the source code of the movie listing. You'll see the checkboxes have field name ready. So if we do the source code,
Submit button should have something else in it. No, that's
no, they're just they're showing that pretty much. So each one of these ratings is a Boolean value of true or false, or 0, 1. 0 if it has a rating of G. I mean 1 if it has a rating of G, 0 if it doesn't. So what does it want us to do? Here it tells us value attribute checkbox, which is default by 1. Since we didn't specify another value when calling a checkbox helper, that is, if the checkbox G and the R box's parameters will include as one of its values. Check out the hash documentation for an easy way to grab just the keys of the hash, since we don't care about values in this case. Checkbox that weren't checked don't appear in the parent hash at all. In fact, I'm replacing movie all in the controller method with movie where, which has various options to help you restrict the database query. Okay, so
they want to change the movie.all to restrict. This is where we got to connect those boxes out.
right.
Using params. A controller.
We have the
But this is where I spent a good amount of time trying to see what params, because params only come in play when you actually click a button. Otherwise, it don't exist. Now I spent a lot of time digging through the log, but it's been real tedious. But I couldn't figure no other way to debug this thing. So I'm gonna debug, and I tried by for a while to debug it, and I found a trick to make it print the results to the actual Hamel page.
huh? Oh, nice. Okay. So we have to there's a we have to do a movie where trying to replace the movie all in controller method with a movie where which has
That's
various optional restricted database query.
so basically you should be able to do that. Just give it the hash, right? Give it params and parentheses, or you can give
Yeah,
it
you should just give it a key. The key
right,
and the hash.
right,
Or the symbol in the hash, excuse me.
right. Same difference. The key. So that means you gonna give it the key of sort by, or you can give it the add sort by, which is the same thing. So it would be movies where,
Okay, it's my typing term, right?
yeah,
These where
in parentheses where add sort by and define until after the second next line.
ratings.
I think you're gonna have to, if you do it that way, you might have to do params rating, but we can try it.
Ratings. I was gonna just put a whole nother line in there, underneath the bottom of where we just kind of keep going sequentially and then refactor it later. But
Right.
I could do it this way too. Ratings at
Right. That should work. And all ratings are already got, or that's only got keys in it.
uh,
All ratings don't have no values in it. It's got the key.
ooh, okay. You know what we gotta do? We gotta define some params. We gotta define some param. We need a ratings filter.
No, that can work, man. Just take the key off of there. I think that's the way I think I did it. Because um you can pass an array, because all ratings is just an array. But you getting, so yeah, don't like that, huh? No, you don't have to put that quit comment there.
Yeah, it doesn't like it for some reason.
I don't like it.
I know when I save it, it's gonna give me a nice little hiccup.
It's gonna blow out.
Yep. All right, hold on. Let me.
You know why? Because all ratings ain't enumerable.
That's what I was thinking to do.
Try it. Let's see what's happening.
Read this for a second. Oh, well, just defined all ratings, didn't we? Okay. So wait, hold on.
Yeah, that outputs, basically you get an array of just the keys, just the ratings.
All ratings. Okay. This way. Ratings. We gotta filter these ratings. I'm thinking we have to filter them through. It's supposed to switch. placing it along. But you want to let's take a stab at it, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, let me give me 1 second here. Let me see. Let me just peep at how I did it. In fact, I just took it in a whole different. I found out. Okay, let me do this then. So add all ratings equal movie R ratings, then sort by param, sort by movie at movies.org with order, sort by that work. But this statement right here is where the problem is. Movies where I think this is params. I don't think it's param. It's params or param. Params. It's something. Try that. For some reason, I don't think that could work. Don't like it.
No. Well, I mean, it's not broken anymore, so something's going on, right? But we didn't finish coding it out.
So the syntax probably right, but we just ain't catching everything.
Everything correct.
So let's take the assumption that it's bringing back everything. Well, let's take out. Yeah, we need the line before. So now this is where I just went into actually doing it using the session instead of they explicitly said we had to use params.
I mean, we to save our filter, yeah, we'd have to use params, but we should be able to execute our filter. We should be able to use a session to save our query once we select our rating. But we should still be able to filter on. You know what? We need a ratings filter.
Right.
We need a ratings filter. So I'm thinking maybe something like Actually, let me do something real quick here. Well, let me. So go to your index. Right on the index, we have to add something to this checkbox tag.
So okay, if we did the way I kind of did it with sessions, which really been kind of the same thing. Params, I have params rating, and I guess this way I got confused too. Rating.
Oh, I might be where ratings.
Was no. That I said it was a condition if it's no, if params mating dot nil. Let me look at that.
I'm running to the restroom in the meantime. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. So I'll take this out there. So this, what I'm param, man, what my typing is barely.
What
This
what
this this is what I did to try to set all the boxes. Because I could, when I keep debugging through the log, I couldn't see unless you had a box checked. Then I couldn't even see params rating existed.
right, but what I'm thinking is we should so I'm thinking we need another instance another variable that calls params on the ratings. So right above movie where, right above your movie where statement in the index, your movie where, yep, hit enter, and then right there put I'm thinking we need a
Selecting movies equals params rating.
correct.
Huh?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Params rating. That's what you're talking about?
Right. And then in the movies where after the params rating, and we don't even need, do we need that? Probably do.
That's would be selected movies.
Right. And you could do, I don't even think we have to do params rating. We could do rating.
Yeah, you should be able to just do selected movies.
Yeah, you could try that too. Yeah. That should work. Yeah. Selected movies.
But it seemed like it likes it so far. Run it and see if we get red. Blow out right there. What does it say?
23. Params ratings equals all ratings if params rating equal nil. Where is that? We have a line on that, 23?
Hmm? Yeah. I was trying to set the boxes. That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay. Just comment that out for now. But we still fail at selected movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, go ahead and run it again.
Selected movies says parameters. UTFS check. PG-13 one commitment. So forbidden attributes error in movies controller index. It's a controller action. We don't have a selected movie method.
Ah.
So we need ratings. It'll be I type and turn, right? Oh, it's your type and turn. No, I forgot where we left off. Mike?
I think we might have switched enough for this video.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we might need to cut this video off and then, start another video once we get our stuff together.